You guys see anyone see this?
I haven't seen it.
That's really
It
funny.
has nothing to do with Scorsese, but yeah.
No,
Babylon B put this out as like this random dude showing up to play Dungeons and Dragons. Let's watch it.
I just thought of it.
Say thanks again for inviting me to play D&D today. It's been way too long. And hey, you guys even met a girl.
Of course we met a girl. We have a +4 in charisma, but a +1 billion in charisma.
She's his cousin.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, anyway, I dusted off my trusted old copy of the rule book.
Chris, we're using the updated, more inclusive player's handbook.
Yeah, Chris, it's exclusive.
It's inclusive.
So I said exclusive.
Oh, okay. I mean, we never excluded anyone when we played back in the day, did we?
Not now, Chris. I'm explaining how inclusive the game is.
Yeah, Chris, it's explaining.
Now, let us all introduce our characters. I am Willis, the Dungeon Master, and I will also be playing the
If this wasn't true, it'd be funny.
I know this is
It's
like
almost
what they want it to be.
in it. This is hilarious.
This is what they want it to be. No, this is the Babylon B made this.
Yeah, no, I know, but
This is
it looks like salty crackers in it.
Oh my god, this is so funny.
Is that salty?
I think it is the one guy. Yeah, looks like him.
This is too
a non-binary level 5 tiefling bard who is driven to get revenge on an evil sorcerer who attacked their town and killed their parents.
I am Klobbar, the Strong.
Yeah, that's not him.
And my character's name is also Klobbar, the Strong, he, him. He's going to revenge because an evil sorcerer attacked his town. And
this is hilarious.
You're just repeating my backstory, Clovbar. Did you even work on your backstory? Never mind. Tiffany and Chris, who are you guys playing?
Trans halfling named Zorbo. She, her. I'm Zorbo. Uncanny dodge. Halfling nimbleness. Pew, pew, pew.
It's cringe, but it's hilarious.
I just brought my character from back in the day, Steve. He's a human fighter. What?
Hey, what's up, Rodimus?
Has a sword, pretty cool.
Nobody plays a basic fighter anymore. Where'd you even find this guy?
Yeah, Chris. What a nerd.
Here, give me your character sheet and I'll get him updated for modern audience.
Modern.
Man, those two remind me of the two guys from Toy Soldiers.
Here you go. Good as new.
Okay. My character is a non-binary polyamorous Caesar dragon thing.
Dragonborn.
Oh, Dragonborn.
Yeah.
But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. In this game, don't we go into dungeons and kill dragons? Okay, what is that? What does she do?
That's our safe sign. The latest edition of D&D encourages all players to hold up a safe sign if someone is making them feel uncomfortable.
Oh, it's blocking this, but I want the chat to see this. So we did not make this up. It's actually in the new rule book. Seriously.
I was gonna say that is actually in there.
Well, the safety sign?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
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 Okay.
Don't make fun of me.
What I said to make you feel uncomfortable.
Well, I'm uncomfortable with the colonialist implications of occupying a dungeon
now
and
Dungeons and
literally
Dragons
genociding
has a
dragons
safe
based on racial
word?
stereotypes. Oh, and in case you didn't know, I'm half dragon.
Flash is
Mean
making me
character
feel
soundtrack.
uncomfortable by watching this video. I'm putting up my safe sign if you haven't seen.
Okay, but dragons are evil. And in D&D, you kill them.
Chris, the rest of the group is clearly uncomfortable with the direction that you're taking Dungeons and Dragons.
You mean the direction of
What up,
going into
Hypnotic?
dungeons and slaying
Hypnotic?
dragons?
That's
Long
correct.
time no see.
Here,
Got it.
you'll also need to fill one of these out.
This is
It's
real
a game
too.
expectations form.
Oh,
you need to fill out
Jesus
all your potential
Christ.
triggers.
So-
For example,
No.
we're all triggered by racists, such as people that are racist against dragons.
No
But I also have my
way.
own personal triggers,
Flash,
such as
can you
white
pause it real
supremacy.
quick?
Yeah.
This is like beyond parody, where it is a joke and they're just reading the actual rules.
Yes.
Yeah.
Satire is impossible now.
So this is basically the
It's a
Scientology
dystopian
episode of South
future.
Park, in other words.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But they're not even like going to extremes. They're just, these are the.
That's the same
Yep.
thing with these South Park episodes. They're like, no, this is exactly what they believe.
Isn't
This
that
where
fucking
40K
crazy?
is going within the next year or two. I feels like.
I know, what a sad thing. And 40K is expensive.
Yeah.
Like that is not a cheap hobby
No,
to
not
get
at all,
into.
man. Not at
These
all.
So
two
it's like, who are you that you're
blast
bringing in
is
here?
Anti-gun.
These two guys here remind me of the guys. I think
Holters.
it's called Toy Soldiers. You know the ones with Archer and Chip Hazard.
Yeah.
It's like these two
Small
guys here.
soldiers, but yeah.
Small soldiers. Sorry, my bad.
It's all good.
Yeah, these two remind me of those two dudes from that.
It's just if there's two other movies called Toy Soldiers that yeah.
You see
True.
what
One has Sean Astin in it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know-
I remember that movie.
Rodima's Prival just said the Babylonian
basically
Bee
a
has
bunch of
been
kids in
complaining
there.
lately that they're having a hard time doing satire because everything's too real.
Yeah. They're just not reporting news.
Well, and that's
is
why I can't
crazy.
believe
Yeah.
SNL is as bad as it is. It's like you guys could be making fun of this shit instead of it. You are this shit. That's the
Because they
problem.
don't want to offend anybody, so they're not
Well,
allowed
there's-
to even be funny anymore.
It's like, and I
Yeah,
get
that's
it. Not
true.
all comedy has to be offensive, but when you're afraid to be offensive, then you're not allowed to be a court jester anymore.
Yep.
So
And look at the old school SNH compared to now. It's like sometimes it was kind of borderline risque. It's like that's what's funny about it.
Yeah.
Like,
SNL was the place where the first time on television you heard slut.
Yeah,
oh wow.
That's true.
When he
Wow.
goes, Jane, you ignorant slut.
Yes, and a white guy being a sushi chef.
Yeah, and what's funny is I watched. If you've ever seen the movie Saturday Night, it just come out on video on demand. It's a really good movie. It's about the last 90 minutes before the first airing of Saturday Night Live. It's pretty funny, and yeah, it's a funny bit because they got one of the writers who's like with the standards person, and they're like, "What is this and that and the other?" You know, like clearly sexual innuendo jokes, and they're like telling her it's all these other things just so they can slip these jokes past the censors, right? So like that's like, where did this Saturday Night Live go?
Mm.
Well, now they're
God.
in bed with the censors, and the
Exactly,
censors are
yeah.
them. So yeah, they're not trying to slip anything past anyone.
I mean, same
I-
shit with,
I
with
did
Howard
see-
Stern, man. I mean, look
Yeah.
what happened with Howard Stern.
I did see a really funny Saturday Night Live skit that was on X where George Washington is talking about yards and
Yes.
meters.
Yes, we shall have freedom of. Yes, you shall have the right to trial. You mean will people be treated fairly? No.
That one was actually pretty funny. It's like, where
Yeah.
has this been?
Cis heteronormativity, economic arrangements that could be considered capitalistic. So we put those things on the form so the dungeon master knows what to avoid.
It also tells players what potentially sensitive elements might come up in the scenarios.
never
like,
be
for
able to
instance,
make a
depictions
game.
of fascism or NPCs with bigoted belief systems or maybe even sexuality and.
Oh my
nudity.
god.
Sex and nudity. Bigots.
Yeah, this is getting worse
I
than
just wanna
baseball
delve
with all
into
the
dungeons
rules.
and slay some
Oh my god.
Oh
Are
my
you sure this is D&D?
god.
Totally. The latest
sure
rules
this is
updates really
D&D?
improved the game to make it more.
Imagine, like, this isn't even fun.
Well, could
Who
you
doesn't
imagine
play
this?
imagine playing a game with like 6 or even more players, and
Yeah.
everybody fills out this form, and everybody hands it back to the dungeon master, and it turns out that the dungeon master can't even put it together a game because it will offend at least one person, playing the game. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Now, I
More
have a
inclusive
question for people that actually play D&D still. Is there like an obligation to follow the new rules, or can't you just play with the old rules? Like,
Surely
Yeah,
not.
I guess it would depend on the people you play with.
Yeah, the group
So,
of
I mean,
people that you're playing with.
Let's say all of us wanted to sit down and play it. Who's going to stop us from using the old
you know what
rule
this
book?
is? You just hit on it. You know what this is? This is like when a sports team changes their jersey just to make fans of the sports team buy a new jersey. They're just changing the rules to have people buy the new book and buy into this new program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
but
the
is
same
it working?
thing.
Is it
Everybody
working
else is
for
going to
them,
be like
though?
renegade games now. That's what they'll label it.
Probably.
No, but
I
I'm
just
saying,
use the old one.
is it is
Not
this,
codex
is this working for
compliance.
them?
Oh God,
don't
no.
think so,
Couldn't
no.
They
possibly
think
be.
it is.
What?
Yeah, they think it's going to work, but it never does.
Right. So I'm asking, is the new D&D book selling, or is it?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I could see.
They'll
some
just say
people-
that's because of racism.
I'm going to guess, given my experiences in this woke shit, probably not.
Probably not.
Right.
But there will be a lot of curious buyers just to see just how bad it is. I think
Yeah.
those will be most of the sales, like Dustborn.
Who owns the brand?
Wizards of
Isn't
the
Has-
Coast, right?
I thought Hasbro owned
Is it Hasbro?
D&D. I think they do. Clownfish TV would be good to ask that. Some in the chat will say. I thought Hasbro owned D&D, but I might be wrong. Wizards of the Coast owns 40K, right?
40K and
Hasbro.
Yeah, people are saying
Yeah.
Hasbro, so that's what
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah.
I'm mixing it up with Magic. Okay, never mind.
Hasbro's run by a bunch of morons now, so
Yeah.
Name a company that isn't.
wouldn't surprise
I
me.
dare you.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of stupid. They spent a ton of money to buy Power Rangers and then just shelved it. And recently they sold all of their, like decades of props and costumes on Heritage Auction. I don't understand why you bought the franchise. But whatever.
Sensitive to all players.
Is that a beholder? Why is it so cute and friendly?
Oh, beholders are cute and friendly now.
Look, whatever. I'll fill the forms out.
Oh, they put what is that for the new rule book?
15 minutes later.
What was that popped up? I didn't hold on.
The beholder.
Whatever.
It's like,
I'll fill the forms out.
No.
you can go back far enough.
Okay. Since
Imagine
forms are
sitting
all
down.
filled out,
We're gonna play this
I won't
game.
be
We need you to
triggering
fill these
anybody
forms out
anymore.
real quick with
My
your
fighters
triggers
say non-binary
and pronouns.
Dragonborn dude. I mean,
What a mood killer.
let's get into the fight.
This is like imagine going
Well,
out
we
to
don't-
date a girl and she gives
don't
you a piece of
fight
paper to fill out
per se.
before you
Then what
start
do
dating
you
her.
eat?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
That's what this feels like.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Who has just been elected dictator of
Oh God.
Oh, fuck it.
adventure.
You
We are
can't
part of a
elect a
group called the
dictator.
Resistance that is fighting back against an evil named Ronald Frump, who has just been elected dictator of Waterdeep.
You don't elect dictators.
Chris, go ahead and roll a charisma check to see if you can convince anybody to vote with your protest sign.
20.
You convince several onlookers and you register 7 new voters for the cause. Yay!
It's fun.
Oh my god, they're playing
It's
real
totally
world
gay.
politics in Dungeons and Dragons.
Ronald Frump,
Ronald
the evil
Trump.
dictator.
He keeps getting away with the chat.
He got elected. An evil dictator got elected.
Well, if he's a wizard, I guess for the wizard, for the warlock.
Why must everything
Oh.
be so gay now?
Yeah.
I can tell
Gay.
you what's not gay, or at least if this news is true. Barbarella.
Yeah, I sent that to you.
That's pretty
Hopefully
straight
it's
to
true.
me.
Edgar Wright would be a great choice to direct it. Yeah.
I completely agree with that. And as a fan, as a huge fan of the original movie, I support this.
You know what's
Yes.
weird about Sydney Sweeney? Like every attractive girl seems to be getting canceled these days, but for some reason she's allowed to be attractive. It's interesting.
She gets a lot of shit though, for real. Like
Yeah,
there's
she
people in
does.
Hollywood that
Yeah.
come out and attack her. Like some actress, an older one, came out and like gave her
It wasn't
tons
an
of
act-
shit.
No,
Well-
it was a studio head or
Yeah.
Okay.
and a producer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's f***ed up.
It was
She doesn't
really
even
fun.
do anything wrong, but like she fights back on it. Like I like her because there's pictures of her like wearing hoodies that say "I'm sorry for having great tits" and all this shit.
Well, and her
Good on her.
family's very conservative. That's another reason why they hate her. Even though she has never come out and actually flat out said she's conservative.
Right.
They just assume.
They just assume. And honestly, but let's be real. They hate her because she's hot.
Yeah, and she's
she's
not allowed to
based.
be hot.
They do
And-
hate her
and-
because she's based as
And
well,
guess
though,
what?
too.
She's not opposed to the male gaze. So
Yeah.
She embraces it. Did you see that
Yeah.
commercial she did
oh yeah.
where she was like trying to be seductive the whole time? And I mean,
Yeah,
it
that Dr.
worked
Squash
obviously, but
commercial or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some of these women might actually realize that they got into the industry because they liked being looked at.
Yeah.
Like, that was kind of the whole point of it. Like,
I got
That's why I
news.
love when
I
they-
got news for you. Most women. Like
I know,
being
right?
looked at.
Like, that's what I love when they try to corner some woman who like modeled for Playboy back in the day and like, don't you feel ashamed for what you did? And they're like, no, they paid me very well. And in fact, I wish I still looked that good. Like, that's usually what their answer is.
It's crazy to body shame people for being attractive. I'll never for the life of me understand that.
And for being fit. For being fit. For being
Yeah.
in shape, for being healthy, people are being shamed.
Well, hopefully now that Lizzo's doing what she's doing, that'll be the end of it. Because I think South Park broke them on that one too. Because yeah, I don't know if you saw her transformation lately.
The thing is, there was
She's
a
looking
time,
thin.
man. There was a time when an actress in Hollywood, and I'm not saying all actresses had to do this, but if you needed an actress to go topless for a scene, most of them were game. they were game. They were like, sure, why not? Right? We got into this weird place now, man, where like it's wrong for a woman to be sexy, and that's why people love Sydney Sweeney, because she will gladly flash.
Margot Robbie's the same.
She insisted on full frontal nudity.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean,
and
those birds are
for
rare,
one, am
man.
a fan of it. The more full fronting, the more full frontal nudity we get from Margot Robbie, the better.
Yeah.
But we'll always have her in her prime from Wolf of Wall Street. Man,
Yes,
she
we will.
was so hot in that movie.
She was so hot.
God, she was beautiful in that
That
movie.
was the most attractive woman in a movie ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, she.
I mean, or
Like,
damn
ever.
close.
Like,
Or
like,
damn
when I
close.
think of beautiful Hollywood women, I think of that moment in that. I'm like, you can't beat that. That's amazing.
The only one that might come close is Cameron Diaz in The Mask. When you first see Cameron Diaz,
Oh, she was really hot in that movie. Yeah, remember what? The first time you see her, it pans up her
first
legs.
time you see her, man, when she walks in with that red dress. Yeah, that.
Yep.
Man.
It did. What did she come in from Rain too?
Yeah, and she's patting herself down.
But
with
she
the
was
kidney.
dry. Like that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Just her hair was damp.
And it was barely. It was just misted. Like no, and she came in. That was like truly just like.
But the thing with Cameron Diaz, like in real life, like I don't want to say she's busted, but I feel like she was never like as attractive as the movies made her. Where Margot Robbie is super attractive in real
She was
life.
pretty
too.
attractive in Charlie's Angels too. That dance scene in the living room.
Last year I met Margot Robbie at one of the Barbie parties, and let me tell you, she is exactly as you picture her, man. Like I'm looking at her face, like I'm this close to her face, not one imperfection.
Come on, she looks good here, Smash JT.
Not even one. Not
Let's
even
see
one.
it. Let's see it. I don't think I watched it.
Stanley.
Oh, what the hell? There we go.
Hold the phone.
Yeah.
Killer at 3 o'clock.
At 3 o'clock.
Yep, that's the scene.
Sexist.
Look how young Carrie was.
Yeah, I know. Damn. Dry hair.
The only part that's wet are her tits and the tips of her hair.
Hey, that's the best.
Who cares?
She's
Who
movie
cares?
wet, basically.
I mean,
yeah.
she's hot there. I'm not gonna lie, but Margot Robbie still takes.
No, yeah, I agree.
Oh, no,
Margot
I
Robbie
agree with
smokes
that,
her.
100%.
Absolutely.
I'm glad, Flash,
Well,
I'm
and
glad that you found a way to make the thumbnail relevant. Well done.
Yeah.
I did.
Well, I
didn't
helped with that. You're welcome.
Yeah, you did.
People ask me, why do you keep putting her in the thumbnails? Because she's
She's
hot.
not even in
It
the
was
title. You got
planned
Harry
this
Potter,
way.
you got Huck Tour, and
And-
you got Trump and Rachel Zegler, and then Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, I like putting Trump with like a gun in my thumbnail just to irritate
Yeah.
people.
But
I wanna see-
I
I wanna
think
see
another
Sydney
big
Sweeney play-
reason. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say another big reason why Hollywood or a lot of people in Hollywood hate Sydney Sweeney is because of the fact that she is based and she doesn't insult her audience. She's admitted over and over that she goes out there just to perform. You know, no one cares about what she has to say politically, and they hate her for stuff like that. So
I've
You
never
just-
seen anybody roll
yes.
with a flop like Madam Web like she did either.
Yeah, like she did, yeah.
Like that
Yeah,
was
she
like
made fun of it.
boss level.
Mm-hmm. You definitely didn't see me in Madam Web. That was great.
her and Dakota, man, you got to give them credit. They handled that so well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of Dakota's. Like I've heard some shit about her, and she just.
Oh, no,
I want to
she's-
see her. I want to
she's
see her as
definitely
Emma
well put.
Frost. I want to see her as Emma Frost.